These are the 6 new augments added to the Chinese version of Arc Raiders. No idea if they'll ever come to the main game, but there's some interesting ideas that augment the gameplay in really fun ways. I'm going to show what all of them do in today's video. What's really interesting is you need level 5 in the workbench. Yes, the workbenches go to level 5 in this version, and as you upgrade, you get access to more of these augments. Most of them you don't need a blueprint for. I really like the rare ones. There's some really cool rare ones, and we'll look at the English translation in a second, including stealth augments, ammo augments, and movement boost augments, which is pretty cool. First, let's start with the 2 new epic augments. We've got the Stim augment and the shield augment. So let's jump into the firing range and look at how these work. So the Stim augment is pretty much how you would expect it. It's a looting Mark III maneuver augment, and it has a special dedicated spot for an adrenaline shot that charges over time. It has a max load weight of 75 and has light and medium shields. It has 2 safe pockets, 20 main storage, and 4 quick use slots. This doesn't beat out the Survivor still, which is, I feel like the Survivor is just always the god tier augment, but it does have some features that would make it useful in some scenarios. The constantly recharging adrenaline shot could be really good for certain trials where you need a lot of adrenaline. For example, searching probes, or where you need to run across the map for a long time for the entire match. Now, if you've watched my streams, you know I'm basically an adrenaline shot junkie. Like, I'm always using these. When I go to, like, fight the matriarch or something, I bring, like, 30 adrenaline shots sometimes. You know, like, I have so many of these. So this is how it works. You can see it here. It has the same stats as the normal adrenaline shot, and it is on a 1-minute cooldown. Now, let's pop this, right? If we pop this now, well, actually, we've got to run out of stamina first. If I pop this and then start running, by the time you've kind of ran out of stamina, right? Because you get that initial period where you basically have infinite stamina. By the time you've used this adrenaline shot, right? You've already gone through quite a lot of time. So even though it has a 1-minute cooldown, which feels like a long time, by the time you're out of stamina, you're already a quarter of the way through the timer. And then you pop a normal stim and you run all the way again. And now we're running out of stamina for that first time we look at this. And it's about a third of the way there. So like every 2 adrenaline shots, you can just about fill in one of these. So if you bring in 20 adrenaline shots in a raid, you're effectively getting about 30 adrenaline shots worth of running. So that's actually pretty effective. Next, we have the Combat Mark III support. It says this is a combat enhancement focused on defensive sustain during battles, and it has an effect that automatically restores shield if no damage is taken within 30 seconds. Now, we've seen similar for health, but none for shields. And I do wonder why, because a lot of the times you will get hit by something and your shield will break, right? Your healing usually doesn't take as much of a hit for those first few shots. So this could definitely be pretty useful in certain situations. Let's jump into the game and see how effective it is, though, and how much shield regen it gives you. So we've got this on now. It has 18 slots, 4 quick slots, 2 nade slots, and 2 safe pockets. It can only have medium and light shield, so kind of similar to other combat augments. Let's destroy our shield and see how much shield regen we get once that 30-second kicks off. Now, whilst we wait, I do have one thing, like, I just thought about something. 30 seconds is quite a long time. Like, someone could push you in that time 5 times over. So for this to be viable, I think they should bring down the timer. Okay. And then it's now charging up. And you can see it's ticking up slowly. I mean, if you have a limited number of shield charges and you're trying to do a quick run, maybe it's useful, but then you know, why would you be doing that? Maybe a loot run or something? Then why wouldn't you just take a better augment with more spaces? So I don't think this one's the best, to be honest. I'm actually more interested in trying out some of these rare ones, which definitely have some niche use cases that I'd love to see available to me in the main game. This next one's pretty self-explanatory. It's a rare Combat Mark II called the Supply Type, and it has extra slots for ammo. Now, this also has medium, light, and heavy shields. So in terms of pure inventory space, it has 27 slots, which is more than most other heavy supported augments have. So there's some potential there. Maybe if you want to do PvP with a heavy shield, Or maybe if you want to do, say, fight the Matriarch and you like using the heavy shield, then having dedicated slots for your Hullcracker ammo might be pretty nice. The weight's only 55 though, and you only got one safe pocket, which really makes it sort of like a big drawback. Unless they make heavy shields meta, I don't see myself using this much anyway. I'd imagine this had more storage space overall, then I'd definitely see myself using this for when I'm doing PvE runs. Okay, now this one's really interesting. The Tactical Mark II Agility, a tactical enhancement that makes it easier to dodge sudden ambushes, increases movement speed for a short time when shield is broken. We've never had any movement speed boost abilities or augments in the main game, so this one definitely caught my interest. And it's also, just like the one that we just shown, has a higher number of spaces for a augment that supports heavy shields, right? It's got 27 spaces in total, including 2 safe pockets and 5 quick use. So the potential for this as sort of an all-rounder that can support heavy as well is already pretty good, especially for a rare augment. Question is, how much of a speed boost do you really get? To test this properly, I will first do a control test. So we're going to run to the marker down there, and then we'll break our shield and do the same with the special augment effect activated. Here's the control test. We're just seeing how long it takes to walk over here, and then we'll run them side by side to see. And now we're going to break our shield and see the difference. Oh, that is considerably faster. For a split second, it's a very short time. Watching it back, I feel like most of the speed boost is sort of placebo. Maybe they changed the FOV or something. It seems to be about 10 to 20% faster. Next up, we have the Tactical Mark II Engineering Augment, a tactical enhancement that enables rapid trap deployment. Trap deployment and retrieval time is reduced by 25%. It supports light and medium shields, has 18 normal inventory slots, 1 quick slot, 2 utility slots, and 4 quick use slots. We've got the stats right in front of us for this one. Something that a lot of times is missing in Arc Raiders. It will tell you that something does something, but doesn't give you the numbers. So being 25% faster is great. An example, the movement speed augment we just tested doesn't really tell you how long the effect is or how much of a speed boost it does. But here it is, active, 25% faster. And I mean, I could just tell visually by the like the quick wheel here. You see this as it activates? Pretty fast. Now, I think the best benefit of this is, for example, if you're playing against the Matriarch or the Turbine and you need to reset your barricades, 25% faster to dismantle it is going to save you quite a lot of time. So, not bad. But if you're going to, once again, fight the Turbine or Matriarch, you're probably just going to bring a Survivor anyway. So, the Survivor reigns king once again. But what about this one here? The Stealth Augment. This one's really cool because it is only a blue tier augment, but it has a grand total of 30 inventory slots, including 6 quick use slots and 22 pure inventory slots. Now, the Looting Mark III Cautious Augment does have 31, but it only has 5 quick use slots. So overall, I think trading the loss of 1 inventory space to gain a total of 6 quick use is pretty good. This is the only item in the game that has 6 quick use slots at the moment, or in the Chinese version anyway. Now let's talk about this stealth feature. What does that actually do? Now, I think to test this properly, we once again need a control. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get close to a wasp, and then we will sprint behind it and see what meter distance it takes before the wasp is alerted to our presence. And then we'll do the same with the stealth augment and see what the difference is. If we're behind the wasp, then it won't be able to see us visually, and it should be entirely based on the range of it. So, for example, there's a wasp there. If we keep pinging it, we'll get a live ping. So let's see how close we can get before it's aggroed. Let's just keep live pinging it. Right now, we are 30 meters away, 20, 15, 13, 12, 10 meters. Okay, it's a 10 meter distance. That was a very, very clear 10 meter radius that they've set on that. Let's try it again on this one. Let's see if it's 10 meters again. That one was directly below it, and it was at 14 meters, which is interesting. I guess if you're directly below it, it might work a little bit differently. Let's try from behind again to make sure it is 10 meters. Otherwise, we're going to end up having inconsistent results. Okay, here we go. Running straight towards this wasp now. It's further away from us, so we should be able to get within that 10-meter distance. Let's see. It seems to be 15 meters. Okay. Maybe the first result wasn't very good. Another one over there. Another wasp. Right, let's see how close we can get to this one. Final test. If it's 15, then I guess the first one was just a little bit inaccurate for whatever reason. Okay, 20, 16, 15, 14. Okay, it's basically 15 meters. Now, let's see if there's any difference with the stealth augment. Right, we're going to go with the exact same loadout. So same weapon, same shield, exactly the same everything besides changing the augment out. Right, there's a wasp in sight. It's a little bit high up. Hopefully it comes down to the ground because I do think that impacts things a little bit. Let's try and get within that 14-meter radius. So we're coming up now. Ready? 14. Okay. Hang on, let me ping it. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7. Whoa. Okay. I'm right. I can literally sneak up to it. Okay, I thought maybe it would reduce the distance like a tiny bit. But when that says stealth, it really means stealth. Let's try that again to see if it wasn't just bugging. Okay, you know how when you try to stick a deadline on a bombardier, if you run straight at it, just as you get it behind it, it will aggro. It will be alerted to you, right? But with this stealth augment, we might actually be able to just run straight behind it. And maybe even like jump on top of it or something. Let's try. I'm going to run straight at it here. So I'm literally underneath it and it hasn't aggroed. Wow. Why does it look so big? Okay, yeah, this is definitely stealth. So it works really well. You can basically get right up to arc. You can sprint around. You can jump. So long as you don't walk in front of it or do something to hurt it, you can get really, really close. Why does it look so big? Look, I'm literally just walking side by side. Ah, you finally saw me. Okay, that's really cool. This is going to be the ultimate looting augment because it has a lot of space, 6 quick slots, 2 safe pockets, which isn't bad, and arc become much less of an issue. Here's another wasp. Let's just double check that we can really just run straight up behind it. It's too high up right now, so it's not really going to be working. Okay, here we go. Brilliant. It was a 40-meter range. Look at this. Look, I'm running around right behind it, and it doesn't see me. Well, hear me, I guess. And then obviously, if you step in front of it, it will see you. So it's based on radius. As long as it doesn't physically see you, you can run straight up behind them. Okay, this is cool. This is genuinely a really cool augment that I'd love to see in the main game, and I would use it a lot on loot runs.